be with you in just a moment. It's too good to stop now. My apologies. Whenever I get into a book and it's a really good book, I don't like to stop mid-chapter. I don't like to stop reading it at all, honestly, but when you have a job to do. Enough about me. You didn't come here for ramblings. What can I help you with today? Okay, so you have some books that you'd like to check out. I can absolutely help you. There is a matter of one problem. Our computer system is down right now. It's been down a couple months. Personally, between you and I don't mind it being down. I find that what people call primitive is pretty much where we need to stay. It's the middle ground. Too much technology. I mean, have you read an H.G. Wells novel? No? Well, if you read one, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Again, enough of my ramblings. Let me go ahead and put my book aside, and I can help you with yours. Now, since we don't have the system, I'm going to be taking down all of your books in this notebook here. I'm going to write down what they are, your information, your card, and then I will keep them in the books, and the loaning system will be the same thing. 2 weeks. You can call to renew. You can come in to renew. You already know all that, of course. You look like someone who uses the library quite a lot. And why not? It's a free resource. Now, first, let me have your name and your library card. Okay, can you spell that for me? Okay. Okay. Now, I would just need to see your card, please. Thank you. Okay. 0 2 2 9 7 0. Thank you very much. Now, what books have you brought in? Or, I'm sorry, what books would you like to take home with you? I assume you've already returned the ones in our Dropbox. Wonderful. I knew you were someone who comes here a lot. You're on top of things. I like that in someone. So, are these your books here? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. First we have The Silent Patient. Okay. This is one that I haven't read myself, but I have been meaning to read. I hear it's quite wonderful. Oh, how interesting. The text looks different chapter to chapter. Oh. There must be diary entries or emails, perhaps. Mixed media. Oh, well, it's a term I've seen everyone online who are on the TalkTick app talk about mixed media and books. So, and I think if the kids know what it is, at least they're reading. Well, I will write this one down, and then we can put that aside, and you can take this with you. How does that sound? Perfect, perfect. Well, let me go ahead. The Silent Patient. will sit this one aside and you can take this with you. Next we have, this is a fun one. We have Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. Now, I personally adore these books. I think they're adorable. I think that there is something special about letting young LGBT people understand that their experiences are unique but not alienated. I think that's very important, and I think this is quite beautiful. And I think it's wonderful that you're reading it. What's that? Unfortunately, honey, we don't have the others. However, we will get them in soon. People check these out. I'm surprised you found this copy. Usually they're off the shelves. There's a wait list, probably 6 months long, but you found this one, and I love it, and I think you're going to love it. So I'm not gonna let you be on a wait list. Just don't tell anyone. Okay. So we have Heartstopper, Volume 1, Alice Oseman, 2 weeks. Perfect. Well, let's see what else you have. And like I said, I'll sit this aside over here for you. Oh, what a stunning piece of literature. Next we have The Mort d'Arthur. I believe that's French. King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Now, what I've always found odd about this copy, and most of the copies we have that have the subtext here, is that this is not this. This is the death of Arthur. Mort means death. This is by Sir Thomas Malory. I believe these are the completed tales, which is quite extraordinary, considering we never really know what's complete in text as old as this. However, it's a beautiful book. It's well loved. A lot of people have read this. This has come and gone here in circulation. And I think it's great that you have found it. Well, let me go ahead and write this one down. We have The Mort d'Arthur. And this is by Sir Thomas Malory. 2 weeks. Okay. Let's see what else you've got. Putting this to the side. I see you're sticking with the Netflix adaptation trend from Heartstopper. We have The Duke and I, a Bridgerton book. Now, I personally liked this book. A lot of people, and perhaps it is Netflix's fault, have decided that this is far too graphic or explicit for a lot of readers, and I believe that's why a lot of people have challenged this in our circulation. But the book is no less erotic than the Bible. It is quite a tame story. I can't speak for the rest of them, but when a series as popular as this comes in, I try to at least read the first book for everyone so that I can give my opinion on it. Well, this one I think you will enjoy. This is the first. I believe there are 8 in the series. Like I said though, our computer systems are down and I couldn't exactly check for you. Maybe in the back of the book it says, or maybe the front. It does. According to this, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9. I was off by 1. That's pretty good. Alright, let me go ahead and write this one down for you. So, that was also another one that we barely kept in stock. We had to buy somewhere about 8 copies, just because it kept going through circulation, and the demand was so high. Well, lucky for you, you found a copy. I'll just set this aside for you. It looks like we're almost done. The last book you have, wow, now I haven't read this one in years. This was one that I enjoyed immensely, though. I remember as much. This is Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Now, you do know that this isn't the story of Lincoln. Okay. This is a satire, and it is also really humorous. I think the satire really works, but it's also just a lot of fun. This follows Lincoln as a vampire hunter. It's quite a lot of fun. I do believe so. The same author, we have a couple more of their books around. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters, I believe, is the other one, if you were ever interested in those. But this one, I think, is quite lovely. I'm very glad you picked that. That one hasn't been through circulation in quite a while. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, Seth Gramps. 2 weeks. Okay. And what is that? Oh, okay, so these are yours too. I am so glad that you knew this. A lot of people think of libraries, and I think a lot of time that's why they don't use the resources provided to them. They believe that libraries are simply for books. And while that's very much true, they are responsible for so much more. We also provide community, but it's in forms of what we stock. We have books, we have audiobooks, both on playaways and CD, and we carry videos, movies. A lot of people don't realize that, and it seems that you do, and you found a couple. So you have Knives Out. This is a very cozy mystery. I would read this if I could, and I do believe it is based off of a book, but I'm not really sure which one. So we'll have to just figure that out someday. But I do enjoy this movie. So I'm going to go ahead. It seems I filled up a sheet already. So I'm going to get to the next one. Or to save paper, why don't I just use the back? Knives Out. And this is a video. In videos, we do the same 2 weeks. And you also have Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm a Marvel fan myself. I know, wouldn't you believe? Spider-Man is one that I particularly like. Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk even. Maybe I like too many of them. But this is a really good one, and I'm glad you found this one. So, I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Spider-Man Homecoming. I said, I'm going to put these over here with you. You can take these and you can bring those back in 2 weeks. If 2 weeks isn't enough, I understand that sometimes we overestimate and we buy we check out too many of the books. We need a little bit more time, and if that becomes the case, feel free to call or stop in. You can renew the books up to 3 times. Well, thank you so much for stopping in today, your local library. We appreciate the support, and I really hope you enjoy your books and movies. You have a great day as well. Bye. Bye-bye.